First edition of the Legends Marathon took place last Saturday. Over 300 runners, participants took part in the 5-kilometer, 21-kilometer and the 42-kilometer distances. There are people who got lost and they did some distances in between there. But what a way to help the athletes as they transition from their playing days from the active playing days to the days after. I was there and I saw a little girl who was 7 years old running with her dad. So it just showed you the range of people who were there. We did have some royalty. We had ordinary folk too. We had seasoned runners. Everyone was there, as well as Clive. We'll be asking him how well he is doing. Andrew will not be joining us today as the brainchild of the Legends Marathon. He is taking some well-deserved rest, though I think it is also an excuse not to be around so that we do not discuss Manchester United and the horror of their win against Coventry. A very good evening to you. This is NTV Sport Nights. My name is Mevo Kebirunji. Glad to have your company this Monday evening. There was lots of football and without, I should say, nothing really did go, well, some games did go smoothly, but there was quite a bit of controversy. We have Nottingham Forest this afternoon actually saying that they have requested for the match audios, the audio from the match officials who officiated the game against Everton on Sunday. The defeat that they say came about because the VAR was a little unfun. And they said that they had warned the board about this prior to the game. And in Spain, we have the Barcelona president calling on the Spanish Football Federation to replay Sunday's El Clasico encounter if there's conclusive evidence that Yamel's phantom goal ought not to have stood. So anyway, we have lots to discuss, especially as the season draws to a close. There is pressure on all sides. Will Arsenal and Liverpool keep the heat on City? And here in Uganda, there seems to be a lot of congestion at the top. We'll be talking about Vipers, Kitara, Bull, SC Villa and NEC. Which way will they be going? Would love to hear from you, and we start by asking you to let us know who you think this sports personality is in Recognize Me. The clue is the bomb. Who do you think this person is? The clue is the bomb. Do send us a tweet. Remember to use the hashtag NTV Sport Nights. And for the GOAT, we are asking if Moses Kipsiro, in your opinion, if you think he belongs to the greatest of all time athletes. Moses Kipsiro has 1 bronze world champion. He has a silver world athletics medal, 3 Commonwealth gold medals, 2 All-Africa medals, and we could go on and on. He is currently scouting and coaching new talent in Kapchora, and we did host him on the show last Monday. It was great to have him, and also he did flag off a distance at the Legends Marathon over the weekend. So what a way to start the show. I am here and I am well recovered. And to the team, Isma Dakabachigongo, good evening, Head of Sports, Nation Media Group. Good to see you. You have been missing in action for a while.
Good evening. I've had some challenges, but glad to be back. And you've done a good job while I was away. No one has been texting me to say those people are terrible. Because if they say that, then I have to run back into studio.
Yeah.
And make you look good, but you look better than I would have when I was on the show. So good evening.
Good evening. Good to have you back. Danielle, Mrs. Ntali, Sports Pundit, good to see you.
Good to see you, Mabel, and a good evening to our viewers and to everyone out there. Nice to be here.
Okay. Clive Chaze, welcome back.
Very
from
healthy.
The 5 kilometers that we did. We actually did 6.
Were they 6?
Yes, I checked on my app. Yeah, but you remember how we went somewhere? But good to see you, Clive Chaze, and I'll start with you. Your starter for the week.
I have 2, so I don't know where to start from.
Let's start with the Legends Marathon.
But of course, the Legends Marathon eventually happened this previous Saturday, Nakasero Primary School, but also around Kampala. An event that I thought for me was well organized and also well attended, bearing in mind that it was the first edition that we were having. For starters, some of us were doing the 5 kilometer came a little bit late, And when we came a little bit late, those who were doing the 42 and the 21 had already been flagged off, and for some reason we thought we were the only ones. But then later we got to realize that actually so many people had turned up for the Legends Marathon. Of course, you had people who were running for fun, but at the same time supporting the cause. But you also had the actual legends showing up. I mean, it was a good sight to see Alex Mubiru, Victor Wadia, Marshall Chumka, and some of the other rugby players, that group that were African champions way back in 2004, embracing the cause. You had Davis Karashan, 2007, is it? You had Davis Karashan, former captain of the Cricket Cranes. I got to learn that on that day he was celebrating his 37th birthday. Naomi Kayondo, former captain of the Victoria Pearls. You had Mujib Kasule in there. Of course, you'll talk of Moses Kipsuru because it's running. He was the biggest name that we had around. Mujib Kasule, Stone Chambade, or Livingstone Chambade, who is a coach now, and a host of other people that showed up, first of all, to have fun, but also to create awareness that we've had so many people who have given us happiness. We have so many people who are giving us happiness, and those that are coming, but what happens after they are done with their sport, and that is what the Legends Marathon is all about. And you could even feel it from the different people who gave their speeches, Alex Mubiru, Davis Karashan, Stone, and all these other people who spoke together with Moses Kipsuru. You feel that it is something that they embraced from the onset, and it's something that every speaker came out and encouraged the organizers, led by our own Andrew Mangwisha, and known to stop here, but to actually have it more often, but also make sure that all the other programs that happen after the marathon actually go ahead to happen. Something that you feel, for me, will go a long way in changing lives of so many people, because if you change my life, then you're also changing the lives of those that are around me, and probably we can get to have these people live a better life when they decide to move on from sport.
Okay. Isma, as someone who has lived, breathed sport for many, many years and seen many marathons, and possibly have taken part in many marathons as well, what would you say? I hope we can hear Isma, though.
Maybe Daniel should speak first.
Okay, Daniel, yes.
I'm going to give my 2 minutes about that.
Yeah, first of all, it's a big milestone, by the way. Andrew, congratulations, I should say. To start is always the most difficult thing. But if you can pull something like what Andrew did, it was massive. I must say, Mabel and Clive also, congratulations. I can see you guys are decorated already.
Yes.
With your medals, and they look so beautiful.
Gold medals.
Hey, gold medals. So were you the winners of the 5-kilometer race?
The 5-kilometer walking race is what we won. Yes.
The kind of walking we've seen the Olympic Games. Well,
now I know I missed the marathon.
You really did miss. I missed it too. Why? Oh my God! I must say, first of all,
He's an avid cyclist, by the way.
Hey. Was the Liverpool president there too? Did he manage to make it? You, Liverpool Fans Club president.
I thought John W. Henry.
No, that one, but Liverpool Fans Club Uganda president was supposed to be there. He's got member. Anyway,
those are the rugby players that Clive was talking about, yeah. The one right under the NTV logo is Victor Wadia, currently coach of Cobs in the red, and also, like I was saying, an avid cyclist. Yeah, when he's not running, he's doing a lot of other things. But Daniel, as you go on, first of all, you've got to give Andrew Mwangusha his flowers. That's the first thing that comes to mind. How much praise you can give Andrew is very, very important to conceptualize the idea. Then the challenges that sportsmen face in this country, sportsmen and women face in this country, while they are active and immediately after they leave, are extremely profound. You've got to go through a story that our colleague Maktoum Muziransa did about what athletes actually need beyond the things we'll discuss with the skilling, alternative skills preparation for the day after. This is Naomi. the day after the day after competing, I was also thinking about, there were things they said in there. They need to be able to talk, to speak about what they are going through, and that will help all the other athletes understand. There are things they talk about recognition. I think for all the years that sport has been played in this country, and today, for example, this year, we are marking 100 years of FUFA. This is the first event that is exclusively about recognizing former, current sportsmen and women in this country, and that is for me the niche, the catch of an entire event. The stories about the struggle post-active sporting life cannot be retold enough. I think we all need to pluck out the hairs on our head to tell how many stories of sports persons who have gone, who have left the arena and then thereafter struggle. We can also retell the stories of how badly they fade away and die in a state of destitution. There's so many of them. You cannot even tell enough. Perhaps the easiest to tell would be John Akibwa, the first Ugandan to win an Olympic gold back in 1972, and by the time he passed on in the 90s, it was very difficult for those who knew him, how he had come from the hero who was even given a house by government to a refuge in
some
Kenya.
Point they were evicting him from that house.
To a refuge in Kenya because of a change of government. For those who knew the greatest footballer that has ever lived in Uganda, Philip Omondi, by the time he died at Mulago back in 1993, it was a very difficult moment for everyone, not only his family. And those stories can still be retold. We still know many who are struggling up to now, but they've never had anyone find them and try to tell their story and try to do something about their situation, because maybe there are going to be cases where we may not change the life of those who have left the arena, but we can help prepare those who are active today. And many a time when I meet some of the sportsmen who have had the chance, for example, to have scholarships in school, I always tell them I'll be very, very mad at them if they throw away this kind of chances, and then after active sport, they are the ones who are going to find stoning the FUFA house like others have done before, or walking into a basic newsroom to say the media forgot about them.
Those who stone the FUFA house are not doing that bad.
Exactly. But they had to do it for reasons best known to them. But I've always thought there's a lot of programs now. For me, the one game changer that sport in this country perhaps is doing is education, through the formal education, which may not accord them enough time to hone their talent and become as good as they should, because our school curriculum does not allow you to play as much as you should. But sportsmen in the way back did not have this access up to university. And I've always felt maybe that is one of the arenas we can change, because then you have tertiary education, maybe you have more exposure than a P3 dropout. Maybe that P3 dropout will contribute to the economy a bit more, because then we go into an entrepreneurial class and we don't have many entrepreneurs with degrees in this town. But I've always thought maybe education. And when Andrew was talking about these things, he wasn't talking about how much you're going to earn because you kept the Legends Marathon. He was talking about what kind of mindset you're going to carry home after the event. And I thought for me that was a catch.
I think
because you already have people like the Uganda Olympic Committee embracing this and actively willing to pass on the knowledge to those who are interested, because they believe by doing so, and then they are giving them as something that they can probably use, start small or even in positions that they are, to see how they can best improve their lives. And you feel this is something that is needed. Isma has been talking about the bit of education and all that, and I got to learn that very soon we are going to have the FUFA coaching course for coaches who would love to hold the CAF A license. And I'm told in the course, first of all, there's a pre-entry. session that one has to pass with a certain pass mark for you to be part of the course. And in that course, every student will be required to have a computer or a laptop, because a lot of stuff is going to be taught through the laptop and stuff like that. And in my mind, I'm like, how many are they going to have in that course that actually...
There's a generation of people we are losing. There's a generation of people that football is going to lose.
It's going to lose, but you feel for a good cause, because for a very long period of time, people have hung in there because Nagusamba. But we forget that we live in an era where Nagusamba, Naduka, Nakube, Ebikona and stuff like that is not enough to sustain in society. You probably need to have a little bit of knowledge here and there for you to be able to survive. And the reason why people still are stuck in the 80s and 90s, and they forget that to be a good sports administrator, you actually have to go back to school to be trained, get the exposure and the knowledge that this is what I need to be
in management.
The manager or administrator that I want. Okay,
Isma, something else I just wanted to say quickly is that for people also to be aware that playing days are actually very few. You know, it's not
the life after sport is longer.